Oh yeah, if it's Sunday afternoon, then it must be time for Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hello, yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, back with episode 117 of Show Us Your Cat. Show Us Your Cat is, of course, where we're going to be taking a look around the world at your boats and where it is that you sail them. So since I saw you last on Show Us Your Cat, there have been some videos out on Joyrider TV. The most significant was I did a guide on how to get into catamaran sailing and what are the best methods of learning to sail a catamaran. This video is ideal if you're either a beginner sailor or if you haven't yet started catamaran sailing, but you are thinking that it seems like a very good idea and something that you would like to do. So if you haven't yet seen it, do check out that video. You'll find it on the Joyrider TV page on YouTube. Just head over to the channel and you'll see a variety of other videos there which are ideal regardless of your level or experience in catamaran sailing. Oh yes. Also, we've got the speed stick still running. It's got 1 month left to go. So if you are able to get out on the water and you're fancying a bit of the juice, then do take a GPS device with you, even if it's just your telephone in a dry bag using an app like Strava. Then you can record your speed on there, then send me the results. I'll get you on the speed stick. And then that speed stick is going to be reset at the end of the month. But all of the results from this year will go on to the all-time leaderboard. But for 2022, we'll be starting a fresh leaderboard so that everybody has got a bit more of a chance. Very nice too. If you are looking, Christmas is coming and the goose is getting fat, you can shop for your Christmas gifts at totaljoyrider.com, my online store. I've actually put a load of Christmas gifts in the store, ideal for Christmas. But if you do want to order something to arrive before Christmas, you do need to do it in the next few days, just to be sure that it is going to get there in time for the big day. But for now, let's jump in and take a look at what we're looking at on this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. So we're starting off this week by heading to Texas, USA, where we have Chris. We've seen Chris before on Show Us Your Cat with his Prindle 19. This time, Chris is reporting an event that just took place at Seabrook Sailing Club. They ran the first annual Turkey Day Regatta. They had 7 boats for this first event. Some beautiful weather, 60 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning with calm winds. And then around noon, the wind came up to about 10, gusting 15 knots. Absolutely perfect conditions for this race. The water temperatures were about 66 degrees. And then by 1 o'clock, they had temperatures of around 75 degrees. So this was very nice indeed. The course was 13 miles long and provided some beautiful sailing. It started off with a long 4.5 mile upwind, a 3.5 mile downwind leg, and then a 5 mile ballistic reach home, where some of the boats were approaching speeds of 20 knots. The fleet consisted of a Prindle 16, 2 Prindle 19s, a Nacra Inter 18, a Nacra 5.5, a Nacra 500, and a Hobie Getaway. The front 5 boats had a corrected time spread of less than 3 minutes. And then the first 4 boats actually finished within 4 minutes of each other. very, very tight racing. Chris says it was an absolutely awesome run. And then 4 of the first boats were running Race Q+As, which is an app. And here is the replay from Race Q+As. It's a tracker app that uses the GPS on your phone to create a 3D replay of the race or your sailing session. It's a really great way to analyse your race and see exactly what happened on the race course. The race was won by K. Bergden on the Prindle 16. What a great way to start their preparation for next year's Prindle 50th year North American Championships, which is going to be taking place at Crystal Beach near to Houston, Texas at the start of June next year. This is celebrating 50 years of Prindle catamarans. This is open to any Prindle, so if you're a Prindle sailor and you can get there, this has absolutely got to be on your itinerary for next year. But once again, congratulations to all the competitors in the Turkey Day Regatta. This will be going on every year now, so if you are in the area, just have a look at the Seabrook Sailing Club website, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of information on there about what's going to be coming up. And thanks again to Chris for sending in those pictures and the results. Next, we're heading to Hong Kong, where we have Anthony, and here we are on board with Anthony on his Dart 18, and this really looks like great fun. And Anthony's actually asked for some pointers on this video. My first one, and perhaps the most significant, is if it's getting windy, I'd consider leaving the jib at home. The Dart 18 is designed to be sailed solo with the main only, so there's plenty of juice without the jib, and it will make it a lot easier and more manageable. And when it's windy and you feel like it's difficult to control, what you can do is let the traveller out more and sail with a tighter main sheet. This makes it way easier to keep in control, and you won't have to play as much main. The trapezing position looks good, but if you see the back foot is pretty much on top of the deck rather than on the side of the hull. This position will mean that if you fly the hull too high, you'll find it difficult not to end up flying in towards the mainsail. To make it more comfortable trapezing on the side of the hull, try lowering the trapeze down a little bit. If you lower it a little bit each time you go out, you'll be trapezing lower like a boss within no time at all. But don't lower it so much that it's uncomfortable, just a little bit at a time, so that you can make that adjustment. That will also make you less likely to get spat into the mainsail when you fly the hull high up. Of course, in this situation, once you've been thrown, it really is all over and there's very little chance of pulling it back. Great job though. This is one of the best ways to improve, to get out there with some juice on, find out where the limits are, and occasionally going beyond the limits. Knowing how to right your capsized boat is, of course, very important as well. So thanks once again to Anthony for sending in that video, and I hope that some of those points were useful, and I hope you have some more great sailing in the months to come. Next, we're heading to Egypt, to Alexandria, near to Cairo, where we have Aziz. Aziz has recently upgraded to a 2021 Topcat K2X. Aziz has been a keen cat sailor for several years now, previously enthusiastically sailing his Dart 16. This Topcat is quite an upgrade. The K2X is 17 feet long, 2.44 meters wide, which is actually the same as a Hobie 16. It's got 15.9 square meters on the main, 4.2 on the jib, and it is actually supplied with an optional 18 square meter furling Jenica to really give it a bit of extra sizzle on those downwind legs. She weighs in at just 160 kilograms, which is a very respectable weight for such a durable boat. You can see that Aziz has an equally great time solo or sailing with a crew. Now Topcat, who are a German company and have been building catamarans since 1979, say about the K2X. She's an athletic all-rounder, sporty, fast and reliable, whether alone, as a couple or as a group of 4 with the whole family. This catamaran of the Topcat fleet is a reliable companion. The hull shape ensures a lot of buoyancy and a large amount of space that offers the highest level of comfort for sporty use. Even for tall or several people, the K2X glides safely and quickly over the water. One thing that you can see here is that the K2X doesn't feature a jib traveller, which means that it is very important when going out in stronger wind to move the sheeting position on the clew of the jib down, which will open up the leach of the jib, having a similar effect to travelling it out. So congratulations to Aziz on his new boat. She really does look absolutely fantastic. Aziz has already got over 18 knots on her solo, which is on the speed stick. We're surely going to be expecting more big speeds coming from Egypt in the coming months. So there we go. What a great pair of boats there. Quite similar actually, the Topcat and the Dart 18. But the Topcat is much more heavily built, much more durable, with a lot more volume. And the Dart 18 is an older design, but it does have a very good racing fleet. And there'll be more second-hand Dart 18s around for sale if you are looking for a boat. So once again, if you'd like to get involved with Show Us Your Cat, yes, please do get involved. Check out the description below for what to do. Otherwise, I'll see you in 2 weeks' time with episode 118 of Show Us Your Cat. And until then, maybe I'll see you on Friday for the Q&A. And there will, of course, be more great stuff coming up on Joyrider TV until then. So thank you very much.